Hello and welcome to Training at 45. It's Mike here, and it's been quite a while since I posted a video, but I can assure you I have been regularly training. It's going to continue on with the workout blogs today. So what have I been up to? A lot of things have been going on. There's a lot of issues with my lower back. That's still very much there and alive, but I've just been learning to conservatively managing it. Been doing some quite extensive physiotherapy, etc. Supposed to be on a waiting list for surgery with it, but I'm not holding my breath with that because nothing seems to happen fast on that regard. But anyway, I've been continuing on with my version of the Steeve Reeves training principles. It's been going really well for me. I've been trying to train sort of a day, having 2 days off and then train again, trying to stick to the diet quite closely. So it's been doing me well. I feel a bit sort of leaner, a bit more filled, and getting there completely without a pump or anything at the moment. But what I have done now is, about a month and a half ago, I really peaked it and I was doing some maximum intensity where we were doing sort of lots of drop sets, etc. Then I had a bit of a layoff for a week and I've come back into it, and now I've been doing really high reps. So I've been doing sets of 30 reps just to do a bit of a shock to the system. So I've never really trained with high reps before, and I'm finding it's working quite well. It's a lot more easier on the joints, etc. I suppose the only downside is the sets themselves are a lot longer because I'm still keeping the reps at a very slow pace and timing the reps. But what I'm finding is the intensity just really builds, especially by about the last 8 or 10 reps in the set. And certainly on leg exercises, it's insane. Yeah, so I've been sticking with a couple of exercises for each body part. Ones that I'm now finding to work really well for me. I'm sure everyone's got their own choices of those, but we're working around the back, but also just working with what's comfortable. And I think sticks to the principles I've got with exercises where they are scalable, where I could do that exercise just for 5 reps or something, or scale it right up to 30 and it still works. So without further ado, I'm going to do my warm-up, which is like a plate swing. I've already been doing some hangs from the bar just to stretch out my wrists and stretch out my back and everything. And then off we will be to the races. Just love those swings, and just kind of using a 5 kilo plate. It just gets me fired up. Here we have the setup for the first exercise. Got a barbell on a landmine, just propped up at the right height. I'm using the Viking attachment that I've reviewed previously. And what I've done with the bench is to sort of prop it forward so it's more of a forward facing angle. Okay, I'll do some warm-ups on this. Shouldn't need to really warm up on any of the other exercises because as it's shoulders though, just want to get that warmed up. Don't want to be completely cold on them. Should do it. So I've worked up to quite a good weight on these. I'm considering the bar to be 10, so it's sort of half the bar. Handles are 5 kilos. So I've got up to about 70 kilos on these for 12 reps, but I'm scaling it right back to about, I think, 45 kilos this will work out to, just to get up to the 30 reps. But it's a real challenge in a different way. So I'm still using the metronome to time the reps. So we're doing 3 seconds down and then up as explosively as we can. Right, let's see if we can beat the last workout score. I've got 29 reps on it. I was trying to get to 30. Just doing one all-out set. Well, that was tough. My left arm just didn't want to lock out there. The last bit. We'll call that 30. 30 reps. Alright. So, just gonna have a gollop of the energy drink. It's got some honey in here, some lemon juice and water. Let's have a gollop of that because it just gets the electrolytes going. It's going to be a kind of lateral raise. But instead of doing it with dumbbells, I found with this setup with the cables, I can get a much more concentrated lift. Yeah, so we had a massive rainstorm before. So the floor's soaking wet, but it don't matter. We'll get into this. So crossing the cables over. Let's get my head comfy. I matched what I did last time, which was 26. Oh, that really gets your shoulder. Such a good exercise. Now adjusted the weights, and we just moved on to these two pulleys here quite close. Just going to go for the rear delt pull. I love this exercise. I normally would have just done 2 shoulder exercises, but I just feel this is really valuable for shoulder health and also get a bit of upper back stimulation as well. So again, I was lifting some pretty impressive weights on this and I found it's a very scalable exercise, but I've just cut it right down to about 22.5 kilos because we're going to endeavour to get as near to 30 reps as we can with it, which is easier said than done because the rear delts are obviously quite a weak muscle really. Right. Just about squeeze out a 28th one. So as well, prior to the changing of rep ranges, I was trying to do some rest pause reps as well and have a little 5-second rest and then just try and squeeze a couple more reps out. But again, I find it just impacts, because it's a full body workout, it just has a knock-on effect then to the next exercise and the exercise after that. So just going to have a quick equipment reset now, and then we're on to the chest exercises. So I'd worked up to about 85 kilos or something for 10 reps on this one, so yeah, it's building up, it's getting good, but knocked it down to about 55 for this set. Ah. 27. So I'm loving this, it's a great exercise Find I get zero shoulder pain whatsoever with it, and it's all just get a real great stretch across the chest as well. It kind of forces you into like a good movement path, whereas I think I was gradually going like this with barbells. This keeps your arms in a decent position. Right, next chest exercise. So this next chest exercise, set up some pulleys that are going quite wide on the rack. So this is sort of like mimicking like the gymnasts when they're on the rings and they're holding it out and then coming down. So I call this one the iron cross. Find that really pulls on the whole kind of chest area all there. It's great. Just wasn't really getting much out of pressing movements until I started doing the higher reps on the floor press. I started incorporating this a bit more. Okay, we're moving on to back then now. So we've got a plank of wood there to stop the bench moving forward. Bench at a 45 degree. Cables to a wide handle and a weight stack. So I found that lifting straps are invaluable for this, especially doing the high reps. Just can't grip it for 30 reps otherwise. And also bare chested so you don't slip on the bench. I felt like giving up after about the 19th or 20th. Just didn't feel like I had any fight left in me. Now it's the turn of my old favourite, the seated close grip row. Again, I'm using the straps on this. Just stops the grip getting fatigued. I'm finding I'm getting so much more out of my back exercises now through using these. And then when it comes to doing biceps, I've got a lot more to give with those. So I'll keep the weight the same. I've got 50 kilos on here. See if I can get 30 reps out of it or near enough. And leaning against this bench just puts my back in a really solid position. So the only thing working is my arms and my back. $22.5, but I've added more weight since last time. I put another 2.5 kilos on, so it's probably too big a jump really. Okay, so I'm moving on to biceps then. So I've got these spaced just right. So as the weight gets to the top of the pulleys, it gets harder. So it gives you a real big burn at the top of the movement, especially when you're trying to do 30 reps with it. 29. Yeah. Okay, next got the 45-degree curl. So I've got this bar behind the bench so I can lean my arms. Lean my arms against it and then curl the weights up. I fell out of favour a little bit with this exercise because it was just getting too demanding at the lower reps, but at these higher reps it seems to really work because you can sort of just dig your elbows into these pads and just really go for it. There's also offset the weights as well, so it'll supinate the hands. Ah, 24. Okay, so it's back to the bench press station for triceps. Close grip. Oh. 28. 28 reps. Moving on to tricep extensions with the bar. Going quite far back. Oh, it's 25. So really growing to like that exercise, and I think with the stretch all the way back, I'm getting a better. I really feel it aching for days afterwards, even now, even though I've been doing it for a while with those higher reps. Okay. That's all the upper body done. Now moving on to legs, just quickly set all that up. Okay, so we've got the vertical leg press set up. So because of my lower back and not wanting to put too much weight on it, I've been conservative with weight, and I've calculated what my body weight would be plus half of my body weight if I was stood in a squat and squatting. So I'm trying to work my way up to 100 consecutive reps with that. Something I read in the Steeve Reeves book, when he was overseas during World War II, he only had access to like a £100 weight set, and so he was basically putting that entire £100 on his back, and eventually him and his training partners worked their way up from about 50 reps to 60 reps and so on, until eventually I think they got the endurance to get up to 100 reps. So I got 60 reps last time and it was just demolishing. I don't want to risk doing it in a squat because of my lower discs, etc., but the leg press seems to work fine. So yeah, we've got pretty much nearly 80 kilos on the stack, so let's go for it. This is going to be agony. It's going to go for nice smooth consecutive reps. That stings. I got it in my head I'd try and get 63. Managed to get 65. The last time I did this, I kind of powered through the last 10 reps. Because actually with this, it kind of gets your calves really bad as well, because you can't firmly put your heels on it. I think I need to make some sort of modification to this plate so it's a bit bigger so I can get my heels on it as well. Wow. Okay, just had a quick breather. Well, we set up the belt squat. So we'll load it up. Not too much weight, but enough to get the party started. These chains. Don't want those suddenly jumping and get going. Holding on to this just for a bit of balance, pulling myself up with my legs. Leave it at 24. I've added another 5 kilos to the weight. That's just brutal. Okay, now onto the leg extension. I've fitted this board so I can make allowances for my really long legs. So I'm going to do this to time and give them a hold at the top. I'm going to lean back as well so I can fully stretch out. That's 26 of them. Just throwing a few of these in, just as a finisher. With the legs up on the bench, it really gets the hamstrings. So if there's anything left in them after that leg curl, so take it out. That's done. Okay, let's move on to calves, and then the workout is complete. Leaning forward as far as I can. Let's get a good stretch. Can't get full reps now, so I'm just joining them out. Okay, Oh, yeah. So I came up with that idea for working on a roof, having to stand in that tapered angle. It really burned the calves out. I thought, I wonder if I could lean into the calf raise like that. That might add another dimension, and it certainly does. Calves are absolutely killed even after one set of that. What are you doing, Rudy? He's got his frisbee and hiding under the trees. It's just about to rain again. Well, another solid workout. If you've made it this far into the video, hope you like the content. Hope you enjoy my journey of training, which started training at 45. I'm touching being 47 now in November, so it's all going on. So it's been a good one tonight. Just on about the 8th edition now of the 30 reps. So I'm going to do 10 workouts of 30 rep sets. Then I think I'm going to drop it down to 15s. We go back to 12s, and then eventually get back to, might even go like 5 to 8 reps for maybe 2 weeks, a month at a time. So keep changing it up. I think it's working good. So yeah, I hope your training is going well, and I hope it motivates you. I'm training naturally, so it's always a challenge. There's lots of ups and downs. Sleep and food and everything else is just so vital and so important. And of course we're all battling against our age, but there's plenty of inspiration there from people much older than me that are still getting amongst it. So see you on the next one.